What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you for being here. It's a lovely day. It always is, man. Today I'm going to talk about, it's actually a guy I haven't thought about in a long time, but he kind of came in my mind the other day, and I wanted to do this story about him. A guy I met in the military who was gang affiliated. Okay, he was in a gang. He held a gang affiliation on the outside before he got in the army. And we're going to get into this and all the stuff that encountered with that. Guys, like always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so I'm not going to call this guy by his real name. Like always, he did go by a nickname. I'm not going to use that nickname because, like I said, I don't want to put anybody on blast. Whatever. Let's call this guy Slim. Okay? I can talk about him a little bit. I met this guy. I was getting to Fort Hood. And I had just left basic training, so I was in reception battalion. I thought everybody I would meet in reception battalion had just got out of basic training or whatever. Not the case. This guy Slim that I met had just transferred from Germany to Fort Hood, so he went to a reception battalion. So I met Slim. Slim, big, tall, black dude, man. Probably 6'6", and I don't know, 230 maybe. Big dude. Real big dude, but super cool guy. I met him. We did not share the same room together. We shared a room, and he was like in the next room next to me. Real cool dude. He was from Texas, and he was a cool guy. I talked to him. I don't judge people on their race, color, creed, ethnicity, religion. I don't. Okay? I got along fine with this dude. He was a cool cat. Upon meeting him, we're talking, we're chopping it up. I tell him I'm from Maryland. He's telling me about Texas, telling me all the crazy stuff he did in Germany, which sounded awesome. And I like this guy. Okay, he was a cool dude. Let's get right into Slim. So at this point, I had only seen Slim in his military clothing. It's what we wear. Everybody looks the same. Okay, you're gonna wear the same. At the time, it was ACU, or it's like a digital pattern that we would wear. We're actually right when I got into Fort Hood. It was back in the old days of like the green camouflage thing. So everybody was wearing the same uniform. You would do PT. Everybody be in the same uniform for that. These little black little mesh shorts, a gray shirt that said Army. For warm weather, your running shoes. If it was cold weather, you might wear pants. All the same Army jacket. Everybody looks the same. So I only knew Slim is what I saw him in the Army. So in reception, you are allowed to go off post and do whatever. You really don't have a unit yet. So you're waiting to be sent to your unit. So we are allowed to go out into the greater Fort Hood area, hang out, do whatever we want to do. We get off like our last formation for the day. I'd known Slim for like 2 days at this point. We talk, we chop it up, smoke cigarettes, hang out together. Cool guy. So I was like, hey, Slim, man, you want to, I think we were going to Buffalo Wild Wings or something. I was like, man, you trying to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, man? Get some beers, get some wings or something. He's like, yeah, man, sounds great. Let's do that. You want to drive? I was like, yeah, I'll drive, man, whatever. Have my car. So I go in, put on my civilian clothes. Some jeans, t-shirt, maybe a flannel, whatever. Maybe something I might be able to catch a girl with. I don't even know. I'm a new soldier. It doesn't matter. I see Slim walk out of his room. This is a much different look I see on Slim. Slim is decked out in nothing but red. I'm talking red bandana, red Air Force Ones, you name it. It was red on this guy's body. Everything was red. I was like, looking, I was like, damn, dude, it's a lot of red, man. He's like, yeah, yeah, and just said, yeah, if real casual, like whatever. I mean, I've seen gangs and things like that before, and in Maryland we have them, and a lot of Bloods, Crips, whatever. But like, I never thought I'd see anything like this in the Army. So anyways, we go out to Buffalo Wild Wings. We're talking. He used to smoke these Black and Milds too, man. These cigar things, man, that I could not get down with him, but that was his style. We get to talking. He starts telling me a little bit more about Texas, where he's from, just getting to find out about this guy. So I find out a lot more about Slim. Let's get right into that. So what I've gathered, a lot of guys are not going to come out and say, I'm in a gang. Okay? That's what I've gathered from people I've met in gangs and whatever. But Slim is kind of like an open book. He is decked out. I mean, he's wearing nothing but red. I mean, you could spot this guy a mile away. Nothing but red. big brother. Like, he's, he is red all day. So I'm talking to this guy a little bit, and he's talking to me about some of his people back home and, some of the stuff they got into and just a lot of things. And he kind of tells me, he mentions a term called being brought home, or kind of like being, he goes into like his gang thing. Like, yeah, I am about that life. Like, I have gang ties. Like, I remember thinking like, man, you're a part of the biggest gang in the world, the United States Army. Why you gotta be in a gang? And, we're kind of joking around. And he's like, look, man, it's just what it was before I joined the military. It's who I am. When I get out of the military, I still am what I am. I said, okay, whatever, no worries. All right. There was a couple guys out with us. A couple dudes I met in Reception Battalion. These guys were from all over the United States. One of these dudes, Spanish dude, that was with us. This dude was from Oakland, California. All right. Oakland, California has many gangs. From what I know, now I've never been out there, but they have many gangs out there. And this dude is kind of like looking at Slim, kind of like eyeing him up and like not really saying much. And we've been drinking, we're talking a little bit. Slim is just chiefing on these Black and Milds. It's like, oh my God, the smell of those things. They haunt my dreams. Anyways, the Spanish dude says to him, well, how'd you join the Army? Slim's talking about, yeah, well, I just decided, I need to do something with my life, and this guy was like, and your gang just said, hey, go ahead, dog. Be your best you. Go ahead and just leave us. Leave us and what we've built and what we've given to you, and just go live your best life. That's what the gang said to you. Now, like I said, Slim's a big dude. I'm not messing with Slim. The Spanish dude was a bigger guy. He didn't care. Slim was like, well, look, man, you don't really know the whole story. I don't even need to explain it. I had to get out of there. I had to do this. And this dude from California is like, okay, man, I got you. All right, And so I noticed there was a quarrel at the table instantly. Like, I know that these guys were butting heads. Like, it wasn't gonna work out between these guys. So we end up leaving Buffalo Wild Wings. I never really knew the Spanish guy that good. I just met him in Reception Battalion. We just all decided to go out to Buffalo Wild Wings. That was my first experience of, I didn't know that if you were, I was young. I didn't know if you were technically in a gang, that's you for life. I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know. Like, that is what you will rep, and that is your set forever. I had no clue. Like, you are into that, you will die into that. Like, I didn't know. So Slim and I get back, start talking. Slim's definitely not happy about some of the stuff this guy said to him while he's out there. He takes it as a form of disrespect. Slim's talking about, man, I should go smash that guy. I said, look, I don't, he was questioning, are you really a part of this and everything? I tell Slim, like, man, just let it die. We're probably never going to see this guy again. We're all going to our units. Like, I don't know why, So anyways, let's get more into Slim. So a couple days pass. We're getting ready to leave Reception Battalion. People from our units are coming to pick us up. Slim was not in my unit. Slim was not an infantry guy. Slim was not going where I was going. Slim was like some kind of supply guy or something. Slim was going to a different part of Fort Hood than I was going to. So, you know, Slim and I have been talking. Him and this Spanish dude have had run-ins, like in passing in the hallways and stuff. They don't get along. Okay? They just don't get along. I don't really know what that's about. I can imagine it's about that gang stuff a little bit. Trying to catch myself on that cussing, man. Y'all like that. So, so my unit's coming to pick me up. Slim is leaving not far from me. So I'm like, hey man, I'm out, Slim. Like they're coming to get me. He's like, yeah, I'll be out of here in like a day or something. You know, I'm going to this part of Fort Hood. And I was like, all right, you know, I give the guy a hug and everything. I was like, hey, it's really nice to meet you. And, you know, hopefully I'll see you around Fort Hood, you know. He's like, yeah, I bet, you know. Cool dude. I'll kick it with you. Will you ever see you out? That's what it was, right? So off to my unit I go. Slim goes to his. I don't really see Slim. I don't see Slim. So in the first couple weeks of me being at my unit, of course I meet the guys in the barracks, and you know, I learn the guys, or I meet the guys that I'm gonna be around, and a lot of these guys say like, hey man, you want to go to this club, you want to go to this bar, you want to go to this, like, man, stay away from that. Like, you know, just they kind of show me the ropes. These guys have been there, they've done this before. So that's all we did for like the first couple months, probably, was go around to these different bars and nightclubs. I didn't care if people said don't go there. I would check it out. I'd be like, all right, well, you know, I might go there, and I'd be like, all right, that's more of a dance club. Okay, that's more of a bar. That's more of, you know, whatever. So I went to this one club. Okay, I know it was around Killeen, Texas. I couldn't even tell you. I know the name of it. It's called Azabache. Okay, this is a different kind of club. This club, a lot of brothers. I didn't care. It didn't matter to me. I get along with anybody. I go to this club. Me and a couple of my buddies, we go to this club. Sure as anything, I see Slim there. Oh, man, Slim, what's up, dude? Hey, man, what's going on? We start talking and chopping it up. He's hanging out with his dudes. A lot of these dudes decked out in red, too. I mean, I knew what he had said, but I was like, oh, okay. But the thing about this club is you got a lot of people there. A whole lot of people there. A lot of people not wearing all red. Some dudes wearing more blue. You know? I could tell you where that's going. There was fights a lot at this club. They had a security task force at this place. You are going to get frisked going into this club. I remember when I walked in the first time, I was like, I thought they just, you know, check your ID and, you know, all right, man, just maybe open up your code or something like that. Now you're getting patted down. So I was like, all right. So this is what that is. But it was a cool jumping club. Bunch of pool tables. I liked it. I mean, they played a lot of rap music. I was cool with that. I was like, whatever. I liked it. Talking to Slim. He tells me where he's at on Fort Hood, and you know, we're chopping it up and just run-of-the-mill stuff. And Slim was like, yeah, man, this is where I kind of kick it, man. If you ever want to come back, you know, he's like, you're good people, man. I mean, I met some of his friends and stuff, and we kicked it, did a couple shots and everything. I was, whatever, man. Probably thinking, this crazy white dude, man, they're all brothers too. Like, I don't care. Like, I've never been about that life. So Slim's like, hey, man, come on back sometime, you know. You know, I meet some of his girlfriends and stuff. So, all right, what's up, you know. Azabache. I'll put a picture of it up. Anyways, let's get right into the story. Moving forward in the story. How about that? So I like this club. I leave for the evening. A couple of my friends are like, man, I ain't going back there, man. Nah, I ain't going back there. I was like, I liked it, man. It was cool. And some of my other buddies were like, that I talked to in my unit, they're like, I like that club, man. I'll go back with you. I was like, whatever. I just like to kick it with Slim. Slim was a cool dude. I go back the next week. getting ready to get into the club. I see Slim outside of the club. Slim is a big dude. You will see this guy very far away. You could look for the red, and a couple of his homeboys are out there. I walk up to Slim. I was like, "What's up, Slim?" And he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I look over at Slim's face. He has got a big knot right here. I mean, this joker was huge. This big knot. And I was like, "Oh, damn, dude, what happened to your face, man?" He was like, "Man, these dudes inside, man, we got into it, man. They kicked us out. We can't even go in anymore." I said, "Like forever?" He was like, "I mean, definitely for the night, man. Like, I don't even know." And I was like, "All right, man." I was like, "Well, if you're not in there, I mean, I was pretty much going to kick it with you. Like, I mean, there was other clubs that I liked better and bars I liked better." I was like, all right, man. Well, you want to go somewhere else?" He's like, "I don't know, man. We might call it early tonight, man. Cause, man, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. And, man, they're talking about calling the cops." I was like, "Man, if they're calling the cops, man, you should roll." He's like, "Yeah, we're about to." I don't know, man. It's a whole mess of stuff in there. I was like, "All right, well." I was like, you don't want to go somewhere else?" He's like, "Man, I'm done tonight, man. Just done with this for the night." I said, "Okay, whatever." So I leave too. We all leave. We go to another bar or whatever. Don't really think anything of it. But we did exchange cell phone numbers, and like I could get a hold of Slim or whatever. So the next week, this is the early days of texting. So I texted Slim, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you want to go out?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know about going out right now." He's like, "Man, some stuff kind of kicked off, and I don't know, man. I got to kind of lay low for a little bit." I said, "Well, you're on Fort Hood, right?" Like, I mean, why don't we I'll come over, man. We'll kick it or something." He's like, "Yeah, I mean, we could do that, man. If you want to come over, drink some beers or whatever at his spot where he lived in the barracks." I was okay, whatever. So I go over to his spot. A lot of his friends, and just they're hanging out, doing what they do. I remember Slim had this Suburban, this truck, a Chevy Suburban, big truck, big rims, nice whip, real nice truck. And we're kind of talking. He's showing me his truck and everything, and he's like, "Man, look at this." Right next to his gas tank. I'm talking right next to the gas tank. There is a little circle. It is a bullet hole. It is a bullet hole that I'm talking is maybe an inch away from his gas tank. Maybe. And I was like, "Damn, man, what happened?" He was like, "Man, we went back to that club that night. This dude fired off a couple shots at us." I said, "What? He shot at you?" "Yeah, man, this dude, I don't know, him and his homeboys, and I was like, "Damn, all right, man, you all right? You good?" He's like, "Yeah, one of the dudes in the truck got hit." I was like, "What? It was in your truck?" He's like, "Yeah." He showed me another bullet hole that was in one of the back passengers. There's a bullet hole there too, where his friend had got shot. I'm like, "Damn, dude, so I guess you're not going back there, man. Is everybody all right?" Like, damn, it's crazy. I remember Slim said to me, he was like, "Man, it's always a straight B word, okay, that wants to pull a gun. You're a straight B if you want to pull a gun." And I'm thinking, or somebody that wants to kill you. That's one too. Someone that wants to end your life. I mean, you just told me your homeboy got shot. And that bullet could have hit that gas tank and really made your life not great. So, and we're talking, and I'm like, "Man, you think this is about, some of the stuff you wear and stuff?" And, and he's like, like, kind of like, "I don't know, man, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is." And I was blown away. I was like, "Man, what in the world is happening here?" So, Slim and I hang out that night. I'm already thinking like, all right, this dude's getting shot at. There's a bunch of stuff going on. Cool guy. But like, there was probably some things that maybe I don't want to be involved with. I got my own stuff going on. I probably don't need that unnecessary stuff in my life. But I still like the dude. He's a cool guy. Treated me with respect and vice versa. So a couple weeks pass. I try to hit Slim up. Can't get a hold of him. You know? I call him. Sometimes straight to voicemail. Sometimes it would ring, go to voicemail, whatever. Eventually, maybe a month later, I call Slim. Picks up. Hey, you. Hey, Slim, what's going on, man? How you doing? What's good, man? Where you been? Man, not so good, dude. Not so good. I'm like, what's up? What's going on with you, man? What's up? He said, man, they chaptered me out the army, man. I said, what? He said, yeah, that shooting thing that happened. Yeah, dude, the dude, my friend that got hit, he didn't die or nothing, but yeah, man, they're kicking us all out. I said, really? He said, yeah, man, we had a gun in the truck that they found. He didn't tell me all the pieces of the story that at the original time we talked about it. He didn't say that they found a gun and this gun was not registered and nobody in that vehicle was supposed to have that gun. Texas does not play around with that. The Army does not play around with that. Big time. You get caught with a gun that is not anybody that can show any kind of paperwork for that gun, and no one's going to take credit for, hey, look, that's my gun. Everybody's going down for that. So Slim was like, yeah, man, they're kicking us all out. I said, for real? He's like, yeah, man, I've been at JAG. I've been talking to everybody. He's like, I'm pretty much quarantined in my room. I can't even go anywhere. And he's like, I'm pretty much, they're pretty much just putting me out. He said, I have people check on me all the time. He said they've already started the paperwork and everything, man. They're chaptering me out of the Army. Now, I can't say this is because he had any gang ties or whatever, but that gun thing, that's what it was. Goodbye, Slim. It was about a month later. I think Slim had to go to court for something, and then I never saw Slim again. Crazy, crazy stuff. I've tried to reach out to Slim later on and stuff. I can't get a hold of him, but was a cool dude. Do I think that his gang thing had something to do with that incident? Probably. I mean, you got to realize at a lot of these spots in Texas, especially in the Army, you have guys from all over the United States, all over the world that come to these places. There's bound to be somebody that does not agree with what you're into. And I've been to a lot of bars and nightclubs I've never been shot at. And that's kind of how it went down. But guys, that's what I got for you today. Gangs in the Army, are they a thing? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Like always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Y'all take care of each other.